The year is 1614, a cold winter night. A single candle flickers inside a hidden chamber somewhere in Europe. Outside, kings are fighting wars. Religious authorities are hunting heretics. Most people are struggling just to survive. But inside this room, a small group of men are discussing something so strange, so dangerous, that they refuse to write it in plain language. Instead, they hide it in symbols, codes, ancient diagrams, secret manuscripts, because they believe they have discovered a force that can shape reality itself. Not through weapons, not through politics, not through wealth, through the mind. And what makes this story incredible is that they were teaching versions of manifestation and the law of attraction nearly 500 years before a modern book called The Secret became a worldwide phenomenon. Imagine hearing that your thoughts are not passive. They are not random. They are not powerless. Imagine being told that what you repeatedly visualize, what you deeply believe, what you emotionally charge, begins to influence the world around you. Today that sounds familiar. But centuries ago, that idea could get you labeled insane, or worse. The mysterious group connected to these teachings became known as the Rosicrucians, a secretive brotherhood surrounded by legends. Some historians argue they were real. Others believe they were symbolic. Some even claim they still exist, hidden, operating quietly through generations. And at the center of their teachings was a radical belief: the outer world reflects the inner world. Sound familiar? It should, because that idea sits at the heart of modern law of attraction teachings. But here's where things become strange. The Rosicrucians didn't invent these ideas. They inherited them from an even older tradition, a body of teachings connected to a mysterious figure called Hermes Trismegistus, a name wrapped in myth, a name that appears again and again throughout secret societies, occult traditions, alchemy, and mystical schools. The teachings became known as Hermeticism, and one sentence changed everything. As above, so below. Simple, yet explosive. Because hidden inside those 4 words is an entire worldview. The Hermetic philosophers believed the universe operated through correspondence. Patterns repeat. The visible reflects the invisible. The external mirrors the internal. Your life reflects your dominant state of consciousness, not occasionally. Consistently. They believed thoughts were not merely mental events. Thoughts were forces, living forces, creative forces, the kind that could shape destiny. Now, before you dismiss this as fantasy, consider something. Every achievement you've ever witnessed existed as a thought first. Every company, every invention, every masterpiece, every empire. Someone imagined it before it became real. The Hermetic schools pushed this idea much further. They taught that imagination was not escape. Imagination was creation, a workshop of reality. And that's where things begin sounding eerily similar to modern manifestation practices. Because they trained students to mentally rehearse outcomes, to see them repeatedly, to emotionally experience them before physical evidence appeared. Not once, not twice. Daily. Sometimes for years. They understood something most people miss. The brain responds to repetition. The nervous system responds to certainty. Belief grows through repeated exposure. The more vividly a person experienced a possibility internally, the more natural it became externally. Today we call that visualization. Back then it was considered sacred practice. Picture a Rosicrucian initiate sitting alone before dawn, eyes closed, breathing slowly, holding a mental image with complete concentration, not wishing, not hoping, experiencing, feeling, believing the future as if it already existed. That sounds remarkably close to modern manifestation techniques, doesn't it? But they didn't stop there. Visualization alone was never enough, because they understood something modern self-help often ignores. Belief systems control perception, and perception controls action. Think about it. If you believe success is impossible, you'll notice obstacles. If you believe opportunity exists, you'll notice openings. Same world, different filter. The Hermetic teachers knew this centuries ago. They taught students to identify hidden beliefs, not just conscious thoughts, deep assumptions, the stories running beneath awareness, because those stories become reality's blueprint. Most people never question their blueprint. They inherit it from parents, schools, culture, past failures, past disappointments, and then they wonder why life keeps repeating itself. The Rosicrucians challenged that. They taught that transformation begins internally. Change the pattern, change the outcome. And then came perhaps their most fascinating practice. Written intention. This wasn't casual journaling. This was ritual, purposeful, focused, precise. Members were encouraged to write desired outcomes as though they had already occurred, not as requests, not as wishes, as realities, already established, already unfolding, already becoming. You sound familiar again. Gratitude journals, manifestation scripting, future self-writing. These practices dominate modern personal development, yet versions existed centuries ago inside these secret traditions, long before social media, long before motivational speakers, long before The Secret. But here's the part almost nobody talks about. The Rosicrucians believed emotion was the fuel, not logic, emotion, because emotion creates conviction, and conviction creates action. Without emotional energy, a thought remains weak. With emotional energy, it becomes powerful, memorable, influential, transformative. Now let me give you a fact that should make you sit up. Around the same period, these ideas were spreading through Europe. Many of the world's most influential scientists were secretly studying Hermetic writings, not publicly, privately. The boundary between manifestation and science was far blurrier than most people realize. And that's where the mystery deepens. Because if these ideas were nonsense, why did they survive for centuries? Why were they copied, protected, hidden, passed down generation after generation? Why do similar concepts appear across different cultures separated by oceans and time? Maybe because people kept seeing results. Not magic, not miracles, results. Changes in behavior, changes in focus, changes in confidence, changes in opportunity, changes in life direction. Can you actually use any of this tonight? The answer is yes. What would happen if you spent the next 30 days directing your mind with the same intention these ancient practitioners used? Not casually, not occasionally, consistently, because the next 3 techniques come directly from principles that have survived for centuries, and you can begin using them tonight. First, create a vivid mental movie, not a vague wish, a specific scene. Close your eyes. Imagine one outcome you want. See details, hear sounds, feel emotions. Experience it as happening now, not later. Now. Spend 5 uninterrupted minutes inside that reality. The goal isn't fantasy. The goal is familiarity. Your nervous system begins treating possibility as normal. Second, identify one belief that limits you. Just one. Maybe it's, I'm not lucky. Maybe it's, success happens to other people. Maybe it's, I always struggle. Write it down. Look at it. Question it. Where did it come from? Who taught it to you? Is it actually true? Or has it simply been repeated so many times that it feels true? Replace it with a stronger belief. Repeat it daily. Not mechanically, emotionally. Word. Write your future as history. Take a notebook. Date the page 6 months ahead. Now write as if your goal has already happened. Describe it. Celebrate it. Express gratitude for it. Make it detailed. Make it real. The more specific you become, the more powerful the exercise becomes. Thought, belief, written intention, aligned together. Will this instantly change your life? No. Anyone promising that is selling fantasy. But can it change your focus? Absolutely. Can it change your behavior? Without question. Can it change what opportunities you notice? Almost certainly. And sometimes that changes everything. The ancient Rosicrucians understood something modern people often forget. Reality doesn't begin with circumstances. It begins with perception. Perception creates decisions. Decisions create actions. Actions create outcomes. And outcomes create the life you eventually call destiny. But what if I told you the Rosicrucians weren't the original source? What if the teachings they protected came from somewhere far older, far more mysterious? A civilization obsessed with symbols, sacred geometry, consciousness, and the hidden powers of the human mind. A civilization whose temples may contain some of the earliest manifestation teachings ever recorded. Ancient Egypt. And once you discover what their priests believed about thought, vibration, and creation, the entire history of the law of attraction begins to look very different. Because the deepest secret wasn't hidden in Europe. It was hidden in the sands of Egypt. And that's where the story becomes truly unbelievable.